Right, let's do this, shall we? Now, this is Kingdom, a 2D build it, I guess, or kingdom builder, in a sense. Right, so what we do, I've already played the game before, but since I've done the little bit, I'm just starting the tutorial to show you some of the game mechanics, but anyway, here we go. So you hold down to light stuff, and to give money to things, and if you throw coins at people, they join you. Now let's build a bow. Our money's at the top left, by the way, if you can see that in a little pouch. And there's little white circles above things. That represents how much money it takes to build that thing. So, it takes 3 to build a hammer. Now, the bow is good for people who, well, for people you want hunting. They hunt these, like, rabbits and stuff, and they give you money. See? And they also defend against the greed monsters that show up later, but we'll get into that when we can. Anyway. Oh yeah. Basically, the builders build stuff, the archers do kill stuff. You should, you know, you should gather that much. Yeah, build, expand, defend. Yeah. So, first and foremost, let's head out to the right a bit. And give these guys some of our extra money and get some more archers, because this game is actually pretty hard. Believe it or not. Right, stick that. Right, let's build some more archers, because trust me, we're going to need archers. Even if we built like loads and loads of archers, they're still not going to be enough for the first blood moon, but we'll get into that when it shows up. So there's a day-night cycle. During the day, you can explore, build, go recruit people, get money and stuff like that. During the night, monsters come and attack you occasionally. And every 5 days, a very big monster wave comes to wreck your shit, and it's not very fun. Now, we gotta wait to gather coins, so I need... How many coins do I actually need to upgrade this fire again? I can't remember. Take the coin. Ooh. Let's... I want to save up my money, but I want to upgrade this at the same time. Well, he's right here, so let's upgrade this wall. Boom. So... You know, I probably shouldn't be talking about this during a sort of look-at video, because I don't really like to try and throw shit at people when I make internet videos, because honestly, I just like I like video games, right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the whole thing with reaction channels on YouTube. I think probably the thing that most motivated me to talk about something like this is the recent Tyrone Magnus versus a Grade A Under A. If you haven't heard of that, just search for Grade A Under A or Tyrone Magnus. Basically, the story is that this guy, Grade A Under A, who makes pretty good content in my opinion, it's hilarious, it's actually really well done, and it's actually really intelligent too, but not intelligent where like only like super geniuses can understand it, if you get what I mean. Basically, he had a go at a guy called Tyrone Magnus, who is does reaction videos on YouTube, and you know how good those videos are, you know, no skill, and steal other people's content. But basically, yeah, this is about as bad as it sounds. He stole Grade A Under A's video and did a reaction to it, but didn't ask permission. And he actually got a money from it because he monetizes his videos, I guess. And yeah. So he actually stole Grade A's video, reacted to it, and then got money off of it, even though it wasn't his content he was reacting to and he didn't get permission, which is against the YouTube community guidelines, just in case you were wondering. So his channel should be banned, or, you know, there should be some kind of punishment, but there isn't, because, you know, reaction channels make money, and YouTube doesn't really care about it. So long as you bring in the big bucks, you can pretty much break any rules and get away with it. But anyway, and then Tyrone and Grade A Under A are having a go at it. Well, not really. It's just Tyrone, because he's trying to defend himself with pure bullshit and lies. And then he's not man enough to own up to the truth that Grade A Under A is right, and he's just like, yeah, this guy's lying, even though he clearly isn't, and there's, you know... But I digress. In my opinion, though, reaction channels, unless they're really well done, like Pyrocynical, if you've heard of him, unless they're actually really well done and actually give, you know, their content entertaining, rather than just literally some dude sat in a room occasionally saying things, or not even saying anything at all. Like, It's just boring, and it's stupid, and it's just not fun content. Right? And maybe I can't talk about that because, you know, maybe I don't make the best content, and I admit that, but at least it's something original, right? I put my own twist into it, and I actually say my thoughts and opinions rather than just steal somebody else's content without asking permission, monetize the video, and get money, and pretty much do something that is, I wouldn't say illegal, but it's illegal for the site, if you know what I mean. Like, the site deems it illegal to do, if you get what I mean. Also, there was a bit of a story on Jarmer Alert where it was revealed that Tyrone was actually, you know, just wrong, because he apparently, grade A under A didn't, like, say anything, even though he did, and there was a full DM conversation from Twitter, which proved that he was lying, and he actually admitted that he got money off of his stolen content, but, you know. I didn't want to make a completely, full video on it, because, well, if I'm being completely harsh, it doesn't have anything to do with me, even though, and let's be honest, I'm a pretty small-time YouTuber, I have less than 100 subs. If I made a big video expressing my opinion, it could probably get me in trouble with these big channels, because again, these guys are bigger than me, and they could bully me, and threaten me, and potentially get me shut down, because, you know, they have that pull with YouTube, and that's just the way YouTube is. So yeah. In my opinion, reaction channels just kind of suck. They're just, unless they're, again, really well done, like H3H3, Pyrocynical, and some of the others that I haven't even mentioned. They just are bad. Right, back to Kingdom. Sorry, bit of a rant. I'm concerned because YouTube is going to be my livelihood, if it isn't already, and I want to make sure that it's a nice place where people can, you know, have fun and be people and not just be assholes to each other and can accuse each other of lying and stuff like that. But what do I know? I'm just a smaller time YouTuber that knows nothing, right? Anyway, so yeah, basically as you saw during the night, these little things called greeds, or imps or something like that, come and attack your walls and try to steal your money, items and stuff like that, and it's not very fun. And this is basically the game, you just keep building, exploring, surviving and doing stuff like that. Yeah, fuck it, let's go on a rant again. So yeah, the reaction videos just aren't very fun to watch, are they? Like, I understand the appeal, like, sometimes, yeah, like, sometimes you want to hear somebody else's opinion on a video, and maybe it's the personalities that sell the video, but still, if it's literally just the dude just staring at a screen, well, a full video, basically, you know, and not doing it legally and just being boring, it's just not good to watch. If you're a fan of reaction videos like Jinx, Tyrone, or anybody else, because I don't really care much about them, because they're kind of, fuck it, they're kind of cancer, honestly. They're just bad at what they do, and there's just no place for it, what they do, honestly. At least in my opinion. Then fine, don't let my opinions on this situation dissuade you from what you want to watch on YouTube, because YouTube is a place where anything original or any kind of talent or entertainment industries can flourish, right? But at least put some effort in, Tyrone, Jinx, you know. Don't set a bad standard for other people who want to be part of the community, you know, because, like, if you're basically doing something illegal and within the community guidelines, and other people see it, they're gonna think it's okay to do, and it's not. Speaking of, Socolo Antonio got banned from YouTube, which was great, and now Facebook is apparently sponsoring him or something. Because H3H3 made a video on that too, and like produced it for him, or like one part of his channel, whereas whatever, his MCN guy basically told him to put the video down, otherwise we're gonna sue you or something for defamation. Which is bollocks, because let's be honest, if you try and sue somebody on YouTube for making a video expressing their opinion, or telling the truth, or just telling rumours that sound true, like, come on, you're not gonna get far. Trying to silence people's opinions on the internet, on YouTube especially, is never a good idea for big companies to do, because companies don't grasp the fact of what YouTube is. It's a community of people doing and saying what they want, right? Trying to censor it, trying to tell people what they can and can't say, and trying to sue people for just, again, saying something that they found to be a rumor or true that they believe is probably a bad idea, you know. And it's just a place of bad content, and honestly, YouTube is kind of just getting awful nowadays, and we don't need more awfulness, so... I understand this is probably a pretty sporadic video with, you know, rants and stuff, but I guess this is just one way of expressing my opinion. Because Kingdom isn't very action-packed now, is it? So yeah, if you want to hear more about these stories about SoFlo and H3H3, go to their respective channels. Well, not SoFlo's because it's dead. So go to H3H3's channel and video. It's on it. Go to Grade A Under A's channel, which is a good channel, I recommend, along with H3H3. You can go check out Tyrone, but all his videos have got huge dislikes and people hate him for good reason, in my opinion. Because he, again, makes some of the lowest form of content on the site. I just never understood how reaction channels got so big as they did. How do people find it entertaining to watch a dude sitting in front of a computer, changing their expression like once or twice, saying nothing, just being boring, you know? You know, I kind of go against what I said earlier, that I've made myself a target now, and I don't really care. I'm just saying my opinions and thoughts, and I'm saying what probably needed to be said, because let's be honest, YouTube is a bit of a shithole now. It's just dying. Big channels like, you know, like Jinx and Tyrone that bring in the money, who break laws by stealing other people's content without asking permission and stuff, bring in the money, and YouTube doesn't really care. It's all automated. There's no humans working this system. If there was, there'd be, you know, pretty big changes. But yeah. Now, I'm not telling you to go attack Jinx or Tyrone or anybody. If I have done, then I apologize. That wasn't my intent. I was just expressing myself, right? I'm not telling you to personally go and attack them. I'm not telling you to personally go and attack their videos, tell them they're bad, and, like, dislike them, you know? I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to go check out their channels and see for yourself how you feel about it, and just, you know, come to your own conclusions. I won't try and dissuade you one way or the other. Also, you can go check out Drama Alert too, to get a full story on this. Because honestly, when I get in front of a camera, I always know what I want to say beforehand, but I express it in a bad way. And like, I always just say things like sometimes I don't even mean, and it's just kind of annoying for me. I'm pretty sure I've said some stupid stuff that I don't really mean, but it's just part of me. It's just how I act because I'm stupid and silly. Oh well. Look, I'm getting loads of gosh. Lovely. Let's upgrade this a bit more. Ooh. Right, now that's a farm. We can build farmers from that, and they, I'm sure you can guess what they do. Basically, if you go to these little areas with like the little river pouring out, you can build a farm there, and you get extra money from the farmers work, which is rather nice. YouTube though, man, seriously. Jinx and Tyrone and everything, just why? Why do you start shit, and then why do you try to cover it up? And just bullshit your way to trying to wiggle yourself out of it, and not realising that you are the ones that, you know, are the bad guys here. Because I remember a while ago when I originally watched the Digital Homicide versus Jim Sterling video, well, the debate, or, you know, the conversation, or whatever you want to call that. And I remember, like, Robert, the guy from Digital Homicide, said to Jim, you know, this is only going to benefit you. Well, it's only going to benefit him because he's in the right. He's the one that's you know. He's the one that's making the good points and the good arguments. You're the asshole that started this. And I can say the same thing about Tyrone, really. He's the asshole. Well, he may not have started it, but he's the one that causes Grade A to Underrate to make the initial video, you know? Is this the Blood Moon? Is this day 5 or is this day 4? I don't know. This just would never have happened if there was just quality content and quality control within YouTube, and people actually, you know, were decent people about it and made decent content about it. Because reaction videos just aren't great, they're just terrible. Oh well. So yeah, this is pretty much Kingdom. Can I build some trebuchets yet? Ooh, I can. Very nice. Right, I'm gonna show you Night 5 then, I'm gonna cut it off, because honestly, I don't know what else to say. No offense to the game creators, the game is good, but it's kind of boring if you're not into it, and this turned into a rant video, and fine, whatever, but... In my opinion, though, I'd say Jinx, and... Well, I don't know why I keep saying Jinx. Tyrone's probably in the wrong here. More so than, you know, he's probably in the wrong. Because the thing is, Tyrone doesn't really bring any good points to the table. All he does is he just gave his word, whereas Grade A Under actually pointed out proof, scientific proof, and actually showed evidence, and actually conveyed a point, rather than just saying, hey man, this Grade A Under guy, he's totally lying to you, trust me, I swear on my mother's grave. You know, people can say that, but if they don't really mean it, or they just lie, they make themselves look even worse. So Night 5. Basically, every 5 nights, a blood moon will come, and lots and lots of enemies will spawn to come and kill you, and it's not very fun. Believe me. So, to close off my thoughts on the whole Grade A Under Tyrone thing, I may have said some things wrong, and I accept that, right? I may have, in my haste, I may have accidentally said something that I did not mean or did not intend to say, right? If you want to have more clarification of what I mean by some things I say, then just by all means, go to the comments and ask, you know, can you clarify, what do you mean, can you give me more concise points and everything, and I'll try my best, but, you know. I'm upset, because this is the industry I want to work in, right? This is the place I want to go with my life, this is what I want to do with it, and it's just turning into a place where people steal the content freely in front of YouTube, where everyone can watch it, and YouTube just doesn't give a fuck. What kind of system is that? They set their own community guidelines and don't police them. And even, what's more, I'm sure you remember the story about the guy I Hate Everything, right? His channel got deleted for apparently somebody flagging his video. And people were outraged, right? Quite rightly so, and then these people like Jinx, like Tyrone, they make content that is blatantly not following the rules and community guidelines, and they just... YouTube just doesn't give a flying fuck, and it's disgusting. Because then people like... This is going to sound like an asshole thing to say, and I accept that, but people like me, who try to make original content and try to do original things, don't get the exposure we need because they're all watching people do reaction videos, and it's just awful. Yeah, that's the wave that usually arrives on Night 5, and it's not fun. At least the trebuchet kind of held him off for a little bit. Let's get the money and recruit all these guys back. Boom. Alright. So this has been Kingdom and a rant about the current state of YouTube and what my thoughts and feelings on it are. Oh boy. So basically, there's been shit flinging between Tyrone and Grade A, and I think Grade A under A is in the right here. But don't go immediately telling him, hey, ArrangedKarma said you're in the wrong, and slag him off, because, you know, that's just bad sportsmanship. Don't go attack him, just say, you know, watch his videos and get his side, and decide for yourself if he's in the right or wrong, you know? Same with Grade A under A. I'm sighing a lot, but it just depresses me every time I think of this, because again, YouTube is just a place of... I thought it was a place where people just got together and made quality content for each other, and reactions just aren't quality content, at least not enough that they should be having these, like, huge amounts of subscribers and be really successful. Like I said, I tried to be original and tried to be nice and tried to, you know, do cool things and, you know, make good content. And they make low effort, bad quality, illegal content, and they get the most exposure, which doesn't seem right in my eyes. I understand that I'm probably sounding like an asshole that's trying to promote myself, but that's just... I don't know. You know, maybe everyone wants to get big on YouTube because... I mean, I know I do, because again, this is my passion. This is what I want to do with my life. This is all I want to do, to make YouTube videos and content, and I'm not really comfortable with making that. If I just know that, you know, no matter what I make, some dude reacting to an illegally stolen video is going to get more views and more, you know, exposure and money. Because again, I want this to be a job, so it is kind of about the money, but not solely. I've already expressed my points on that about the monetization video. YouTube is not solely about the money for me. Yes, it's a good thing to have, but it's never just about the money. I've always wanted to make good quality content that people can enjoy and watch. But then, if I've said to myself, if I ever start just making YouTube content just solely for the money, and don't put any effort into it, like Jinx and Tyrone do, okay? Then I'm just going to quit YouTube, because I don't deserve to be here, because that's just disgusting. Oh, and she goes away. Great, nice job, Ricky. Or Ricky. She's like Norwegian, and it's a pretty cool name. So yeah, Grade A under A, Tyrone Magnus, H3H3, Slowflow Antonio. Go search for them. Check out the videos about each other, I guess, and decide for yourself what you want to believe about them. Well, let's wait till the day comes so we can save and exit, you know. But remember, be respectful. Don't go down to the level of insulting them personally, slandering them, and just being dicks. Because again, that just makes you the worst. Worse than those people that are, you know, the bad guys, shall we say. So, this was going to be a video on Kingdom, and it kind of is, but thank you. Ooh. I don't know what that does, but it probably kills yourself, so it does not. Thank you very much for watching. I shall see you next time.